Hello and welcome back to another episode at my Drum Teacher React series. Today I'm going to be reacting to and analyzing a couple of drum videos from Mr. Kitcher, drummer of Infant Annihilator. You can find the free drum videos I'm going to analyze today down in the description, so make sure to check those videos out as well and follow their channels. Alright, let's get it on. Alright, let's talk about his pedals for a bit. He's using Axis A longboards, VDL is all the way to the front. He's also using the old Tama Speed Cobra bass drum beaters with the triangle shape. If you set up your pedals this way with direct drive pedal, VDL all the way to the front, extremely light bass drum beater, you will get a fast, responsive pedal with an extremely light feel. These settings kind of remind me of Ken Pedani from Aborted. Back in the days when he was using the Axis pedals, he also used a really light bass drum beater, the Trick beater, which is also pretty light, and also a medium to high spring tension with VDL all the way to the front. Alright, let's continue. Alright, let's talk a bit about his foot technique. What you can see in this video is that he's sitting really high, so hip joints are way higher than his knee joints. One other thing is, when you're playing fast double bass, heel up double bass just generated by your lower legs, there are two possible ways to do so. The first way is pushing down like that. Everything's just generated, the whole motion is just generated by my calf muscles, and when I lift my leg, I use my shin muscles like that. Okay, so pushing down like that from the toes. The small disadvantage you get when you play like that is that you have to use your shin muscles to raise your leg again after each stroke. So you push down, calf muscle contraction, and you lift it up again with your shin muscles. Shin muscles are the weakest muscle group in your lower leg, so they get fatigued really easy. The second way, if you talk about fast heel up double bass just generated by your calf muscles, the following: place your foot on the floor like that. That's also the way that I use the ankle technique. Place your foot on the floor like that, just contract your calf muscles. When I quickly contract my calf muscles like that, every time I raise my heel, that's the point in time where I apply the most pressure to the pedal. So actually the bass drum beater starts to travel towards the bass drum head. Every time I contract my calf muscles, I raise my heel and I push the pedal down like that. The big advantage you get this way is after I contract my calf muscles, the beater travels towards the bass drum head. And after each stroke, all I have to do is relax my calf muscles again so that the beater can rebound again after each stroke. So Aaron plays it like that, pushing down from the toes. I focus on just contracting and relaxing my calf muscles. Just a small little detail, but makes a big difference. Alright, let's continue. In this camera angle, he looks like a young version of Joey Jordison. For the mid-tempo double bass, you can clearly see that he's using a mix of hip flexors and calf muscles. So hip flexors alone would look something like this. The whole motion is coming from my hip flexors, upper leg is moving up and down. A mix of those two would look something like this. Contraction of my hip flexors and my calf muscles. Alright, that's it for this first video. Now we're gonna switch to another video with better lighting. This song is called Decapitation Fornication, and the original YouTube URL can be found in the description below again. Okay, one thing that's obvious, and you have to give him credit for that, is that he is extremely fast with his hands and with his feet. So let's talk about his hand technique for a bit. What you can see right here is that he's contracting his lats, his shoulders, his upper arm and also his lower arm. So there's a lot of tension going on right here. This way of playing reminds me of Mike Mangini. Just check out his DVD where he talks about his hand technique. Mike Mangini, drummer of Dream Theater. If he has to play faster, he's also contracting his lats, his shoulders, his upper arm. So there's a lot of tension there. And this stabilizes the rest of the arm for this fast motion. The big difference between Mike Mangini and Aaron is that Mike Mangini holds the stick like that. But Mike Mangini is not closing this gap between thumb and index finger. Aaron does it in this example. And one other thing is that when it comes to Mike Mangini's hand technique, he's using an up and down motion of the wrist like that. Well, in this example, for Aaron, it looks something like, he's squeezing the stick, but it's an up and down motion from the wrist, like that. But there's also a little bit of up and down motion from the lower arm, like that. All right, let's continue. Yeah, he's incredibly fast. Nice. You know what, let's watch that part again with the double bass and pay close attention to the small camera, the top right. Okay, so I slowed it down now to 50%. Now focus on the double part, double bass. In this clip, when he's playing double bass, he starts out with playing regular single strokes, right, left, right, left. So when he starts out, it looks something like this. But after a couple of bars, his feet switch to unison strokes, so you can see the beaters hitting at the exact same time. Little faster. The thing is, in the audio you can hear perfectly tight 16th notes, but you can see underneath that he's struggling with his feet. I'm convinced that he's able to play that fast, but you can clearly see that there was a lot of editing going on after he recorded that video. The one thing that he could have done is that he could have recorded a second take of this video where the double bass is perfectly in time. Alright, let's watch that part again in full tempo and then let's continue. Again, that's incredibly fast. One other thing, I'm also going to link an article about the topic of quantization, drum editing and stuff like that in the description below, so make sure to check out that one as well. Okay, perfectly fine again. Alright, so now we are done with the second video. Again, great drumming, really fast hands, really fast feet, but there's a lot of editing going on in the background. Now we're gonna switch to the real deal, a live video, one of the rare, very rare live videos from Aaron. Actually, I'm really happy that there's a live video of him out there, because there he proves that he's able to play fast and tight. So let's switch to the third video, the live video. Again, you can find this one as well in the YouTube description. Okay, the sound of this video is not that good, but we can clearly see and hear what's going on. First of all, poor Aaron, that he had to play on such a small drum kit, only one ride cymbal, one crash, one hi-hat. You don't hear a bass drum trigger in this one, so he doesn't use a bass drum trigger. Chain driven pedal this time, but he's still able, listen closely to the blast beats and to the double bass parts, and you will hear that he's able to play that fast live. That's the proof that he can play that fast. Alright, you can't hear the kicks that well in this video, but you can see and kind of hear that he's able to play that stuff. I'm convinced that Aaron is able to play that fast, but of course the first two videos are edited big time. Alright, that's it for this short video. Share your thoughts underneath, your thoughts on drum replacement, quantization, drum editing, all of that stuff, and also your thoughts on Aaron. I hope that at one point Infinite Annihilator is gonna play a tour so we can see him every day live. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Have a great day. Cheers from Vienna. Bye.